know what gets me through stressful situations besides Roscoe is teamwork. We went through several exercises, including Tanagram and Lego Bot, putting on the pressure, and we were able to come together through a stressful situation and actually align and get a mission accomplished. So we were able to channel stress rather than it being negatively productive, to actually use it to our advantage in order to complete the task at hand. And honestly, stressful situations brought us closer together.
Okay.
Should we start the arms?
Okay, you got the head.
He's doing the arm.
Are you doing one arm, Koji?
Yeah, I'm fucking it up though.
I think when the exercises for the tanagrams, Bisman and I took a lot of time for planning, and we thought that was a really good time where we got together and wrote really clear instructions and provided them to our team, so like without having a clue they could still fill it out. While it might have been efficient to talk, we did it all through the written component because it allowed for them to have something to work on without us being able to chat with them. And that was really beneficial for continuing on the process when we weren't able to be included. Then when we were working on the Lego Bot, it kind of turned into this moment where we kind of drew the entire Lego person out onto the board, and we had different layers for the planning. And so once we had gotten all the layers done through this assembly line process of people viewing it, we were then splitting into teams and like, okay, here's how the arms are going to be built. These people do arms, these people do legs, and these people do the body. And I think that overall made us work very well as a team, but also super efficiently. And with all that combined, we did quite well together. And the planning.
8 yellow, 11.
3, 6, 9, 10, 11, yep.
6 blue, 2 of those.
Yes.
6 yellow, 3 of those.
Yes.
4 blue, 6 of those.
That's correct.
4 yellow, 6 of those.
Yes.
Oh, like what circle?
2 blue, 2 of those.
So one of our strengths when working through all the various projects was people's openness and willing to be vulnerable with some of their professional weaknesses or things that might bother them in their personal life. Especially when we talked about our personal user manuals, many people were very open about things that they had experienced in the past, and this made us closer as a team. Specifically, people shared examples where they thought they might have weaknesses in certain areas, and allowed us all to realize how we could help them as a group, really help them shine upon these various areas and improve as a teammate and also as an individual. And overall, I feel that really brought us together and made us able to collaborate a little bit more efficiently and have a higher value of trust in one another to get things done. It's difficult to be vulnerable, especially when you're working with a new team. I feel that's something that really is going to help us in the long run in Fall 2 and
One thing that I think really helped our team this week during managing groups and teams is the fact that we already had some group norms and agreements set. Starting at the beginning of the year, we got together and we kind of talked about what we thought would help us in our group projects and just in establishing a respectful culture among our team. For example, we had already set some communications agreements and some agreements around what time of day we wanted to work together, if we wanted to work on weekends, things like that. So that gave us a really helpful head start in the activity where we were supposed to talk about our values and how we could help each other to accomplish our goals and what kinds of agreements we wanted to form as a group to help us be more successful moving forward. So it was great to be able to build off of those this week.
Amanda, when we start building, do we have to stop looking at the model?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, so we can only look at it off of our plans.
right.
Okay.
One of the things that I think our team did really well was we all have a high degree of trust in each other. I think some of that came from already being able to work with each other over the last 6 weeks. But I think that really played out during the many different Managing Groups and Teams events, particularly in the Tanagram and the Lego Man. For instance, in the Tanagram, two of our leaders, Bisman and David, we had no doubt that they were going to do a really good job setting us up, even though we ran into some obstacles with middle management. But having that trust, I think, allowed us all to be more stress-free, and then when it came time to actually execute, just fully understanding everybody was going to do their part. I think the same can be said for LegoBots. Even though there was a planning period that was obviously very important, I think we all knew that we could all pull together and get it done. So I think trust was a big part of our success and why we had fun.
Around one computer.
The favorite manager.
Dude, best managers here.
So looking back over the week, I think one of the areas we struggled with and could have done better with is assigning roles and responsibilities up front at the start of tasks. So for example, during the Tanagrams activity, I know the product group initially struggled because there was confusion as to who would be moving the pieces, who would be reading the instructions, and as a result, I think our time was impacted. One of the things we discussed during the norm session was areas of interest and areas of strengths, and we wanted to make sure that these are addressed going forward. So I think for fall 2, we're really going to focus on assigning roles up front, making sure that everyone is achieving those goals. So assigning roles based off of aspirations and strengths. And I think as a result, our teamwork will be more impactful, more efficient, and have strong leadership.
Jack here. It was a weird experience actually participating in this managing group activity without being in person. So I was actually not in New Haven on campus, and my teammates were really nice with me, trying to help me participate in these group activities. So for the Lego part, it was hard for me to join and actually give instruction because the game was really specific, and being in front of a computer wasn't the easiest thing. I think looking forward to our new virtual environment, we could for sure try to develop some activities to bond and to perform these kind of challenging tasks in a digital way. That would be extremely fun. However, for example, in the other exercise we had, so the Tanagram building, I could put myself at work. I tried to help them. We were all in a Zoom session, so that
Virtual. Jack, what is you think this is hard, Jack?
Hi, I am Ben Topping, and when we're talking about things that Roscoe and Friends didn't perform quite as well on, I think some of it comes down to just not having a lot of energy. And the source of not having this energy came from not buying into some of the tasks that were able to be performed. When a challenge was put in front of us, we attacked it with full vigor. When we were asked to do more things that were introspective, reflective, it didn't have as much pull. But that's something that we could change. And going forward, it's something we're going to have to change as we get into more writing-based and more low-octane but still important work. Therefore, going forward, we're going to establish a period with which we can help convince each other, help get each other to buy into work that might not seem exciting on the surface, but we know will be valuable for our days and months to come here at SLM.